Welcome to our college briefing show. Today, we're kicking things off with a thrilling sports update from Colorado, where Deion Sanders' team celebrated historic jersey retirements for Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. Despite a busy spring game schedule, Sanders showed immense pride, while fans got to witness exciting quarterback battles and a new statue of legendary coach Bill McCartney. Don't miss the details on this exciting college football moment. Next, we're shifting gears to education news from across the pond. England is rolling out a fantastic new initiative, free breakfast clubs at 750 schools. This trial aims to support working families and reduce child poverty, though some concerns about funding remain. Schools will be reimbursed based on attendance, with some receiving up to £23,000 annually. Stay tuned for how this program might grow nationwide. And finally, in Australia, giant mud crabs are causing a stir this Easter. Studies reveal these incredible creatures can travel over 100 kilometers offshore to spawn, and their populations are booming along Queensland's coast. With sustainable fishing regulations in place, this season promises delicious, plentiful crabs for holiday feasts. Be sure to enjoy this local bounty responsibly. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories. The Toronto Star vividly recounts the emotional yet fleeting jersey retirement ceremony for Colorado football stars Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, highlighting Deion Sanders' busy schedule as he balances his pride with his responsibilities on the field. Deion's heartfelt remarks reveal his pride in their achievements, even as he admits the timing was less than perfect amid the chaos of spring football preparations. The ceremony marked a poignant farewell on Folsom Field, with both players' numbers, number 2 and number 12, being immortalized on the stadium's facade, symbolizing their lasting legacy at Colorado. As the team shifts focus to the upcoming NFL draft, the narrative underscores the transition from celebration to the relentless pursuit of football excellence, with new quarterbacks vying to fill the void left by Sanders' departure, embodying the program's ongoing evolution. Meanwhile, the BBC reports on the rollout of free breakfast clubs in England's schools, a government initiative aimed at tackling child poverty and hunger. Set to launch at 750 schools, the scheme promises to provide half an hour of free morning childcare, offering significant financial relief to parents. However, educators and unions voice concerns that the funding allocated, though increased, may fall short of covering the actual costs, risking the sustainability of the program. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson emphasizes the scheme's role in breaking down barriers to opportunity, with local authorities like Devon and Birmingham leading the charge. The scheme's success hinges on careful monitoring and adequate funding, as schools prepare to implement this vital support system designed to foster equality and improve children's well-being across the nation. Across Australia, the ABC highlights the seasonal bounty of giant mud crabs along Queensland's mangrove-lined coast, a delicacy eagerly anticipated during Easter. Associate Professor Nicole Flint's research reveals the crab's complex life cycle, including their remarkable long-distance migrations and high reproductive capacity, females capable of spawning up to 1 million offspring. The study also uncovers the crab's intriguing personalities and their vital ecological role, from tearing apart prey with their powerful claws to providing food for small fish through their messy eating habits. The region's seafood industry benefits from recent floods that have boosted crab populations, with sustainable fishing practices ensuring the species' continued abundance. This celebration of natural resilience and human effort underscores Australia's rich maritime heritage and the importance of responsible harvesting to maintain ecological balance. CNN reports that Canada is currently navigating a pivotal federal election amid heightened tensions with the United States, with Donald Trump's threats casting a long shadow over the race. Prime Minister Mark Carney, a former central banker, is vying to continue leading the country, but his main opponent, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, has seen his momentum falter as Trump's aggressive tariffs and threats to Canadian sovereignty have rattled Canadian businesses and voters. These tariffs on steel, aluminum, cars, and pharmaceuticals have not only disrupted trade but also driven up the costs of housing and automobiles, exacerbating Canada's housing crisis and economic anxieties. Carney's background in finance and his diplomatic approach, including trips abroad to Europe, are positioning him as a steady hand capable of steering through this turbulent trade war, contrasting with Poilievre's populist rhetoric and distancing from Trump's more controversial policies. Experts suggest that Canadians' distrust of the U.S. and fears of economic fallout are influencing their voting preferences, favoring Carney's experience and cautious diplomacy over Poilievre's fiery promises to challenge the status quo. Meanwhile, BBC highlights the culinary triumph of Mayo Ioetsu, a Derbyshire-based baker who has been crowned Britain's best loaf for her innovative Earl Grey tea-infused brioche. Her journey from a hobbyist to a celebrated baker is marked by her dedication, having baked around 45 loaves to perfect her winning recipe, which features a zesty lemon and Earl Grey flavor profile complemented by candied yuzu and limoncello-soaked peel. Her green matcha loaf previously won the same accolade, and her latest victory underscores her talent for blending Western and Japanese culinary traditions. Aoetsu's passion and meticulous craftsmanship have kept Derbyshire's reputation for high-quality bread alive, and she plans to continue experimenting with new flavors, celebrating the region's vibrant baking scene. Her success reflects a broader appreciation for artisanal bread and creative baking, with her award-winning loaf standing as a testament to her skill and cultural fusion. In Arizona, the Episcopal Bishop Marianne Edgar Buddy's powerful sermon at the National Cathedral marked a bold stance against President Trump's immigration policies, drawing national attention. Her words, calling for mercy toward migrants and marginalized communities, resonated deeply, especially given her roots in southern Arizona, where she worked closely with refugees fleeing violence in Central America. Her plea for compassion, rooted in her experience working with Latino communities and her fluency in Spanish, challenged Trump's rhetoric of invasion and the deportation of innocent migrants like Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was wrongly deported after fleeing gang violence in El Salvador. Trump responded with personal attacks on her character, but her message of mercy and human dignity struck a chord with many, inspiring fellow clergy and advocates to reflect on the importance of compassion in public policy. Buddy's journey from a missionary in Tucson to a prominent religious leader exemplifies her lifelong commitment to social justice, and her confrontation with Trump underscores the enduring power of faith-based advocacy in shaping national discourse on immigration and human rights. The Deutsche Welle reports a remarkable surge of interest among U.S. scientists seeking refuge in Europe amid the Trump administration's drastic funding cuts to American higher education. France's Aix-Marseille University has launched the Safe Place for Science program, which received nearly 300 applications, with over 240 deemed eligible despite only 20 positions available, illustrating the desperation and determination of researchers in health, climate change, and social sciences. The university's director, Eric Burton, expressed a sense of duty to support these threatened scholars, even advocating for a special refugee scientist status to facilitate their entry into Europe, a notion echoed by former President Hollande. As European institutions like Germany, France, and Spain rally to attract top talent, the continent is increasingly positioning itself as a viable alternative to the U.S., with plans to double research relocation budgets and attract up to 1,000 scientists, signaling a strategic opportunity to bolster European scientific prowess. The Yahoo U.S. obituaries offer heartfelt remembrances of two distinguished individuals, Richard L. Coates Dick and I.B. Hoover, whose lives spanned dedicated service and profound community impact. Dick Coates, a nuclear physicist and engineer, contributed significantly to nuclear safety research and medical isotope development at Sandia National Laboratories, earning the title of Distinguished Member of Technical Staff. His artistic talents and gardening hobby complemented his scientific achievements, and he cherished his family of 6 decades. Meanwhile, I.B. Hoover, a community leader and businessman, left a legacy of civic engagement through his roles in local chambers of commerce, educational boards, and charitable organizations, notably supporting Meals on Wheels and community arts. Both men exemplified a life driven by service, passion, and a love for family, leaving enduring marks on their communities. These narratives underscore the profound human stories behind scientific pursuits and community service, illustrating how individuals driven by dedication and resilience shape their fields and communities. From the global stage of scientific migration, where Europe actively seeks to attract American talent displaced by political and financial upheaval, to the intimate stories of personal legacy, these articles highlight the enduring importance of perseverance, community involvement, and the pursuit of knowledge. Whether through the strategic efforts of European institutions or the heartfelt memories of remarkable lives, the themes of adaptation, service, and legacy resonate deeply across contexts. Yahoo US reports that Jean Elizabeth McGillan Brummel, a vibrant soul born in 1940 and beloved for her warmth, kindness, and zest for life, passed away in 2025 after battling dementia. Her life was marked by deep connections, her enduring marriage to Bernard, her joy in raising children Lindley and Craig, and her treasured grandchildren. Jean's love for travel took her from African safaris to European bike trips, while her active pursuits included tennis, fly fishing, and golf, reflecting her enthusiastic embrace of life. She dedicated herself professionally to guiding others, earning her master's in guidance and counseling and working at PNM and UNM, before continuing her community service through various mental health and children's organizations in retirement. A proud New Mexican and lifelong Pi Phi sister, Jean cherished her friendships, engaging in meaningful conversations and annual gatherings. Her family expresses heartfelt gratitude to her caregivers and friends who supported her with compassion. A private funeral was held, with a celebration of her life scheduled for May at the Albuquerque Country Club, where loved ones will remember her vibrant spirit and generous heart. South China Morning Post highlights the inspiring story of Su Fangyan, a 28-year-old woman from Sichuan, China, who has defied physical limitations with remarkable resilience and confidence. Losing her forearms at the age of 7 after an accident with a high-voltage transformer, Su refused to be held back by her disability. Instead, she learned to adapt, using her remaining limbs to write, work in customer service, and participate in various activities such as ping pong and equestrian sports, even joining China's first para-equestrian team and winning competitions. Her active presence on social media, where she shares her routines and advocates for inclusive product design, like easier-to-open makeup bottles and menstrual pads, has garnered a large following and inspired countless others. Her story underscores the importance of self-acceptance and the power of advocacy, with online supporters affectionately calling her a Shiro and praising her confidence and skills, which surpass even those of able-bodied women. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation paints a picture of Easter celebrations across Australia, where communities gather to observe the holiday with a deep sense of hope and faith. In Canberra, a dawn service led by Pastor Jacob Traeger features hymns and communion amidst the sounds of native birds, emphasizing the Christian message that hope persists regardless of circumstances. Meanwhile, in North Melbourne, Ukrainian parishioners gather at the Saints Peter and Paul Cathedral for a late-night service, with Cardinal Mykola Bychok delivering an Easter message of resilience amid ongoing conflict in Ukraine. His pastoral letter calls for prayers for peace and an end to the war, highlighting the universal theme of hope amid suffering. Additionally, a midnight Greek Orthodox service at St. Catherine's in Malvern marks the first time in 8 years that the Eastern Orthodox and Western Christian calendars align for Easter, uniting worshippers in a shared celebration of renewal and faith. Australian Broadcasting Corporation also explores the rise of fast furniture, a trend driven by social media and consumer culture, contrasting it with the principles of slow design championed by Tasmanian furniture maker Laura McCusker. While fast furniture is mass-produced, inexpensive, and trendy, often made of low-quality materials and difficult to recycle, slow design advocates for durable, high-quality pieces meant to last for generations. McCusker emphasizes the environmental and emotional benefits of investing in well-crafted furniture, encouraging consumers to consider longevity and sustainability. The article also discusses the impact of social media trends on young people's furniture choices, which favor quick, visually appealing updates for social engagement. For those seeking a more sustainable approach, secondhand shopping and mindful purchasing are recommended, with tips on maintaining and repairing quality furniture to extend its life. Ultimately, the piece advocates for conscious consumption, balancing affordability with environmental responsibility, and fostering a culture of longevity and care in furniture choices. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spit, walls come down. Voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd. Broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen. Every link a different theme, words collide in the stream. 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. Hear the voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot. lives day by day, hidden truths come to play. In the background, shades of gray, every story finds its way. Perspectives day by day, hidden truths come to play. In the background, shades of gray, every story finds its way. Cultures, I go, or Billy or do not, but enough to be you, everything and ever, but enough and after, but enough and after, but enough and 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 enough.